Alright, what's up, folks? One thing that I was thinking about that I heard multiple times from Jim Carrey, he said that your need for acceptance is going to make you invisible. And it's ironic because being invisible is the last thing we want, a lot of us. Now, I understand we get overwhelmed. We wish that we didn't exist. We wish that people could leave us alone, that we couldn't be seen, and things like that. But I just want to speak on the feeling of wanting to belong, wanting to feel like you matter to the world, wanting to feel like you're included. Okay? If you're so desperate to be accepted by the masses, you will do something that I like to refer to as a compromise. You will compromise yourself, okay? Meaning you won't even ever get a chance to know who you could truly be in your own special way. You know? You'll try to build yourself relative to what society wants, what society expects. And that's the thing about society. Society is forever fickle, man. Like, seriously. I mean, look no further than, let's say, fashion, for example. Like, people really have the nerve to say what colors are in on this season, what you shouldn't wear before Memorial Day and after it. You know, like, mind your fucking business, alright? I'm doing what I want to do, alright? See, and that's the problem now. We in a goddamn box. Okay, it's fall, so you can only wear brown and orange together. That's the thing. Fuck you. I'm gonna wear whatever I want to wear, okay? If you want to judge, fine. You ain't the crowd for me, alright? You think I give a damn about somebody judging the way that I dress? Fuck you. Alright? I'm not living to please anybody. Alright? That's insecure saying, okay, well, everybody, we have to wear clothes like this, okay? We don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, and we don't want you to be uncomfortable when we judge you for being who you are. Okay? Alright? Even though you fucking sad as hell. Most people are. A lot of it has to do with comparison. So if you get into the trap of comparing yourself to other people and wishing you had what other people had, surprise! You might get it. You might get what they have. Unhappiness, not knowing who they are. And sometimes, I'm a believer in saying that, believer of, it's okay to not know who you are, but only if you aren't pretending to be something that you aren't, okay? It's a huge difference, all right? So not knowing who you are is one thing, okay? It's because society pushes something on you. So I think it's a great deal of bravery to say, well, I ain't about to do what they doing, but I also don't know who I am and what I want out of life. That's okay. That's okay. You're on a journey. You're setting yourself up for a journey. You're setting yourself up to leave your own trails in life. But you go around following these people. You go around following these trends. Want to hop on the bandwagon. Want to be a part of it. And you'll never get an opportunity to explore the way you want to, okay? Look. I'm not big on religion, but I am highly spiritual. And let me just say, do not let flesh be your guide. You have to be your guide. And when I say you, I'm not talking about your flesh either. You see my hands are, my fingers orange. Turmeric. It's turmeric, okay? Turmeric is good for, it has great anti-inflammatory properties. I think it may actually be good for, anxiety and depression and all that too. So go ahead and look it up, man. Turmeric is very powerful. Okay? I just feel like I had to throw it out there. I didn't want you to think I was sick. You see my orange finger if you look. And it stains like hell. It doesn't come off that easy. But yeah, so it's much better to be lost and you build on your own, okay? You build it and they will come, okay? Weirdos run the world and it's not the opposite. It's not the reciprocal, okay? Weirdos run the world, okay? They put it out there. They put this unique thing out there, and everybody else, because they're so desperate for something to follow, desperate for some new life, for a new thing, a new trend or something, they push it. They promote it. Okay? They influence it. Okay? That's why influencers are such a thing. Okay? They get behind something and they make things happen. They definitely have their worth. But the thing about influencers, if I really sit and break it down and not try to pick on anybody, because everybody just want to do something special. They want to be a part of something. They want to have a great outcome in life. Okay, so I'm not holier than thou. But when you do take a look at influencers on YouTube, and they promote music, react to people's music. I mean, they're all pretty much just doing the same thing, really, from what I've seen. Okay, so you listen to the music and you like, oh God, yes, oh, you can get extremely dramatic, or it can be real chill, and break down the lyrics and things like that, and so there's definitely something there. But my issue, or concern, or something, that my point is that I wonder if they'll ever get the chance to put out something that's going to be influenced. I mean, seeing as that we were all sent here to create and things like that, what will you create? What envelope will you push? And you can only really do that by not trying to follow the crowd. Okay? By choosing to bet on yourself. Alright? By choosing to get to know who you are, to get to know your ticks, and to know, I think more importantly, it's even best to know what you ain't gonna stand for, what you're not gonna be a part of, in relation to what society expects. Okay? That's very important. As I try to give you some type of example, but I'm not going to go there because I can be very controversial with the way that I see things, But, okay, but for example, I don't have an employee mindset, all right? People get pissed off at me, when I don't speak their lingo, I don't feel like I need to, all right? And when I was working a job, the last thing I wanted to do was complain about that job when I was off the job. I was trying to work my way into being my own boss, okay? I don't like to have those employee conversations. All right, you might be making yourself some nice money, but I ain't worried about no $2 raise. I ain't worried about no $1 raise. I take less if it means I could do things like this, where everybody at work pissed off, waiting for time to go by. All right, because sometimes, like a day like today, you might not be feeling so good. I'm not feeling too well. Not feeling my best. Sometimes you still have to go to work in spite of that. But right now I'm about to go to Giant and get some foods that's high in vitamin C. That's definitely not what this video is about. And I'm not the one to give health tips too much because, man, sometimes I just be dropping the ball, and I'm a vegetarian. Okay? But this is about being accepted by society, or trying to be included. If you don't want to blindly follow, okay? You don't want people to think for you, okay? Don't want to be too dependent on this is hot, this is not, whatever, okay? Sometimes I use lingo because I'm from DC/Maryland. More so Maryland. I represent Maryland. I love Maryland. So I may say things that we said back in maybe the 90s, early 2000s. And somebody may say, oh, well, do we still say that? We don't say that anymore now, do we? I don't know about what we do, but I do. Okay? I know what the fuck I do. And I was about to go somewhere else with that, man, but like I don't care what's expected out of me. And and neither should you. All right, I, I have taken my family through all types of ringers by just being completely different, having a completely different lifestyle. I don't take medicine. I never took medicine. Well, that's a fucking lie. I definitely took medicine before, but I put my foot down on medicine like years ago, man. Like a while. It's been a while. It's been a while since I had medicine. Last bit of medicine that I had, I would say, besides like a uh, what is it I'm looking for? Not an anti-inflammatory, but like penicillin and things like that. Um, it was I had the Xanax back in 2015 or whatever. Like I said in my anxiety video, and I put that behind me. But I like to find natural remedies for whatever I'm dealing with, and that's how I go about it. All right, but anyway, let me try to make a strong point to end this because I'm rambling a little bit. It's hot in the car. I took the air off, so you can hear me. So let me buy myself some time by once again just saying, look, if you want happiness out of this world, you may luck up, but I would really side against the chances of that happening if you choose to just follow what people lay out as the law. What's your law? Live by a code for sure, man. Obviously have respect for the people around you, man. But other than that, you gotta lay down your own foundation. You gotta set the precedent. You gotta push the envelope, alright? That's the only way people are really going to respect you, okay? You can't be like one of those willow trees or whatever. One of those trees like just bending to all the wind around you. Said this before. You gotta be the mountain, because you can see it in people's eyes sometimes, man. They're predators. All right, they're looking for any bit of weakness. Even the kindest of us looking for any bit of weakness, any way in. Even the Jehovah Witnesses. All right, even the Jehovah Witnesses, they try to find a way in, you know. Or at the end of a funeral, what do they do at the end of a funeral? They try to recruit you. Because look, the people who are running the funerals, they got no horse in the race. They aren't mourning. But guess what? As bad as it sounds, it's a lot easier to get a desired result when you're dealing with people who are emotional. So if you're at a funeral, you sad, you boo-hoo, and you crying, and then the pastor, whoever's running the thing, says, well, you know, life ain't guaranteed. You know, it ain't guaranteed that you'll make it till tomorrow. But give your life to Jesus now. And everybody go line up, and guess what? Ka-ching! 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 That's money in their pockets, all right? But that's a whole different conversation right there, man. I put out this video to encourage you all to show your colors. You may be somebody who's been procrastinating on something big that you wanted to do. And every time you go to do it, there is a roadblock of sorts on your way. And that roadblock is how you think society will perceive it. How do I know this? Because I've experienced that many times. All right? I know the feeling of that. And just saying, well, will they like this? Will they like this? Will they like that? It doesn't matter what they would like, all right? If you like it, there's a chance other people will like it too, okay? So that's why I don't spend too much time trying to monitor, you know, who I am, and, you know, should I edit my YouTube videos to show no flaws? Should I put on some great clothes? Should I try to make myself to be something that I'm not? Should I make myself out to be a millionaire, a guru, or anything like that? No. Because when you see me on the street, I want you to be like, damn, you the same way you are on Facebook. You the same way you are on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be playing this goddamn show so I can fit in with any crowd. I don't care if you invite me to your parties. I don't care if you invite me to your weddings. Okay, I don't care if you want me to be a part of your group or not. Okay, I'm gonna start my own group. All right, and in my group, it's for real motherfuckers, and I'll hold out until that happens. I'll be the only member in it if I have to be. Okay. I send out nice little newsletters to myself because I kind of do anyway. I check in with myself every day. I'm writing in my journal. That's my newsletter. That's how I correct my flaws. That's how I work on my individuality. I spend more time. I'm trying to spend more time in my world than I spend around me, man. This is the way of the monk. Okay? Now, obviously, I'm not a monk. I am not a monk. Alright, so I just got a little concept going on right now. We just focusing on this world right now. We focusing on our breathing. We meditating. We journaling. We are introducing our individuality to the world. We doubling down on our efforts. Alright, that's right, our efforts. There ain't no R in that. We doubling down on our efforts. I talk the way I want to talk, alright? People might mock me. People say, you should do this. You should do that. And my advice to that, you should shut the fuck up. It's the way of the muck, man. I love you all. Like and subscribe.